everyone, this is Herrick bringing you another episode of Action Figure This Out. Today we're going to be doing a speed review and we're going to be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Moon Knight. Now I picked this guy up from my local GameStop along with the Cobra Viper 3-pack. This figure is on my list of figures to get since it was announced. I've been waiting for this one. Even though it's a reissue, I still love it. Before we get started, we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. On the front, you're going to see a picture of the action figure. It says Moon Knight at the bottom, and at the top it says Moon Knight. There's a little crescent at the top over here. On the side, you're going to see a picture of the action figure standing in a T-pose. Alright? On the back, you're going to see the action figure along with all the accessories that it comes with. So it comes with a larger crescent, 3 smaller crescents, an extra pair of hands, a staff, and a broken up staff. On the side, you're going to see a picture of the comics of Moon Knight. And lastly, for anyone who needs it, well, the barcode's now on the back of the box. So here's the barcode at the back of the box. Perfect. So let's action figure this out and take a look at this figure out of the packaging. So before we get started, let's just take a quick look at the height of this figure. In inches, Moon Knight stands at 6.5 inches, which roughly equates to something of around 16.5 centimeters, 17 centimeters tall. So, right away, I'm just going to say that this figure is great. I think this is just a re-release of the older Moon Knight that we got a few years ago, and it looks exactly the same as that older figure. This figure comes with quite a few accessories. So it comes with a staff, a baton that you can break up into 2. These are the same things that come with Daredevil. Okay? Usually come with Daredevil, so you can put them together to make a staff. It comes with an extra pair of hands. So he has a trigger finger hand and a fist. And then on him, he has a trigger finger hand and a fist. And he also comes with a larger crescent and 3 smaller ones. So let's take a look at this larger crescent here. And he comes with these really, really small crescents, as you can see. These are really easy to lose, I can imagine. They're the size of your fingernail clippings. Alright. So this figure is pretty loaded with accessories. He has a unique design, being mostly black and white highlights. The hood is nice, and there's a point that goes across the face, which makes him look kind of badass. He has the scarf thing around the collar, and it connects with his cape. Now, his crescent symbol on his chest is painted on pretty well. Overall, this figure is a nice addition to the shelf and harkens back to the classic look he had in the modern comics. So this is pretty decent. He has these shoulder pads, which kind of hinder his ability to move his arm out. But, yeah, so when it comes to articulation, you really can't get the arm out too far because he has these shoulder pads. His gauntlets are really detailed. It looks like they're layered. It looks like kind of like the crescents that he comes with, except they're just laid on top of one another. So that's pretty decent. Same with these on his shins. So like I said before, this figure is a re-release of the older figure, but for those who hadn't picked him up, this is a great grab. A really good pickup. Alright, so now that we've taken a closer look at this figure, let's take a look at his articulation. Okay, and his neck and head, I believe that he has, yeah, he has a hinge and a ball peg. Alright. Let's get his head back on him. He has a hinge and a ball peg, which gives you the ability to look. He can't really look up. He can look down a little bit. He can look side to side, no problem. And he doesn't have any tilt at all. For his shoulders, he has a hinge, but like I said earlier, he's getting hindered by this shoulder pad here, so he can't, this is the farthest he's going to be able to go out. He can move his arm up, He can move his arm back. He can go all around. Alright. He has a bicep cut, which gives you the ability to rotate 360 degrees. He has a double jointed pinned elbow, which gives you a little more than 90 degrees. He has a horizontal hinge in his wrist, which gives you the ability to hinge in this far, hinge out this far, and he can rotate 360. He has an ab crunch, which gives you the ability to crunch forward this much. He can crunch back this much. And he has a waist cut, which gives you the ability to rotate 360. He has a ball peg in his hips, which give you the ability to do the splits this far. He can kick forward this far. He can kick back this much, which is not much at all. And he has an upper thigh cut, which gives you the ability to rotate 360 degrees. He has a double jointed pinned knee, which gives you the ability to kick his back. He doesn't have a boot cut, but he can rotate at his ankles. And he has a hinge, which gives you the ability to kick back this far, kick forward this far, and he has a forward-facing peg for a rocker, so you can rock his ankles. That's a unique design for his ankles. Usually we don't get rotation at his ankles, so this is pretty decent. Alright, so here we're going to take a look and see how Moon Knight stands next to the Moon Knight from the Moon Knight TV show and the retro-carded Daredevil. Alright, so I think that should be about it for today. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Action Figure This Out, where we took a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Moon Knight. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews of your favorite action figures as well. Don't hesitate to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite version of Moon Knight? Again, this is Herrick with Action Figure This Out, signing off.